trapped inside this spell. Now I feel like your demons drag me close to hell. I can feel that.
Hello everyone, I am Legendario and welcome to a new episode. So today is a special episode because as you saw in last episode, we completed the other side of the entire entrance area. So today what we will be doing is we will be finalizing all the details and getting everything put together to make it a complete entrance look. Now, this is a shorter episode, unfortunately, only because there's not much to actually elongate things on. Now, the recording was like an hour and a half, so I could have slowed down the speed just a little bit, but I usually keep my speed builds at a certain speed time, and this was what the minutes were after I put that time in. So we're just gonna stick with the 20 minutes, and still gonna give you some good content after this and some longer videos. I know some of y'all are asking for longer videos. So when the time comes and we have episodes that can be elongated, I'll make sure to add in some extra clips and stuff like that to make the episode a little bit longer. So today what we'll be doing is finalizing everything like I said, but as you can see, I'm finally working on this gazebo area kind of thing. I actually never put anything under this. I don't think I actually am. I don't know why I didn't. I think I put it as like just a little standing area where you'd like take pictures under. It'd be like a cute little moment. I thought it was a really good idea, but there's going to be like seating and stuff all around this area, and it's kind of going to be, it's not a restaurant, but I was hoping to make this building into a restaurant, but we'll have to see what the future holds. As you can see, I have recolored, well, I didn't recolor, Michael recolored the whole side of that building, and it looks phenomenal. It looks great. It really helped set the mood and matched everything that it needed to be matched in the actual in the entirety of the actual like entrance area. So yeah, I mean, I really do think that this is going to be like a record, not record, but like a very cool building to like look at, especially, and hang out at, especially because I really do enjoy like the scenic vibes of parks. Like no matter how detailed it is, if you have like scenic views and scenic areas, and what I mean by that is like I feel like more people should include like seating areas around their parks and like just little sections with just random seating. Like those kind of things really put a park together. And I think that I usually don't do that in my parks. So I'm speaking the truth, excuse me. I'm speaking the truth to myself too. As you can see, I'm using RGL's little picnic set, table set, or whatever it was. I really do love this set. I really don't think I was going to use it, but I saw this table and I was like, I have to use it because it looks really good. So I applied RGL for making that available to us, but I modified it to accommodate what I wanted it to actually be. So here we are. I added some little details on the top of it, like some napkins and salt and pepper, kind of the small things. But those small things really make a big difference in your part. Like you can really tell that time and effort has gone into it. Now, I don't know. I was thinking of having like a band or like some type of live entertainment under that gazebo and make a little stage. But time will tell. I don't know. I want y'all's opinions on it to see what y'all think. I really think that it would be cool to have, and I'm saying that I would love your opinion on what you think, if it should be a band under there, or if you have any ideas in general of what you would like to see in the park. Now, I was trying to get like a brochure kind of thing, like with those little papers and stuff, but that ended up not really working on the table. So I was just gonna make like little signs and stuff around the park, but usually that stuff I kind of add last, like the little finer signs and details and stuff like that, because I have to edit those after, like in Photoshop, and then upload them and everything. And I usually do that in one sitting, and I never record that because that's boring. I will maybe to some people. I know some people like watching the editing process of like pictures and stuff and custom designs. I mean, so if y'all do want that, I would happily record that. But otherwise, I'm not gonna really do that. But I mean, but that would be an extra episode for y'all, and it would be like in like not real time, but it would be like real content in the way that I think, and you see how I make things and all that. It would be really cool to see. I think that would be really interesting. So uh, I have some big plans for this park. And one of it is dealing with terrain. And so, as you can see in this episode, we really take a deep dive into the terrain aspect of this park. I like go all in the terrain in this park, and I mean all in, but I didn't want it to look like the same. Like, I wanted it to kind of look a bit mashed up and different. So I was trying to make sure that I like evened out everything in a way, and kind of made sure that everything was in a certain place, and that I was spreading things out and making sure that I was like evenly distributing all the textures and all of like the colors and everything in like the right place. Because like with terrain, like if you don't do it right, like you can easily mess it up. So you have to like really think and like deep dive into like what kind of textures, colors and everything you want. Because at first, like everything, okay, because like at the beginning of the park, I don't know if y'all like saw, but like at the beginning of the park, all of the terrain was like dark. So Michael, which I think y'all can probably guess, he's my like background man on any tips or anything that I need, or like if I have any questions or theories that I have, like he would like help me figure it out or like confirm it for me or stuff like that, small things. But he said that I should like lighten the colors up, so that's what I did. But he said lighten it up as I get to the top, like fade it in as you get to the top. That way that it will like make it seem more open and more cohesive in the terrain, rather than like one solid color, which makes it feel kind of like blue, not blocky, but like not inclusion. That's not even like in the right sentence structure. Like it makes it feel like you're surrounded, like closed in. There we go, kind of like closed in. So that's the feeling that you would get from that, and that's not what I wanted to portray. So as you see, I'm like messing with lighter colors and stuff like that. Obviously, they didn't work, and I was like, well, the darker color really works well at the very bottom. So, and it's less distraction on your eyes, because the path work is very light. So I didn't want it to like fuse with everything else. So I really do think that the park is actually coming together a whole lot. I don't have a lot to talk about in this episode because it's mostly me just finalizing and getting everything together. But I did want to kind of talk about some things that were going on. So as you can see, I'm kind of like still moving things around. Oh, these trees. So I made that into a planter off camera. So I grouped it all together and made it into a planter. And as you can see, I'm using these big trees to kind of take up space, because I did not want you to see terrain that much. Now, mind you, you will see it because it's everywhere, but I didn't want it to be like the trees. Like I didn't want it to like look fused together. So I wanted to kind of break up some shadows and kind of make everything a bit more closed in, even mixing in with the actual colors of the color gradient of the mountain. So I kind of mixed that in with the trees, and then it created a bit of a a smaller area, and I actually like it. So as you can see, I'm working on the side panels of this wall. I forgot I actually did this. I did not think, kind of adjusting myself here, sorry. I did not think that I was actually going to like really do anything with this building at this point. I was like, there's really not much that I can do, simply because of the mountain in the back. But if I did make it interior, I do have space for that. So that's the good thing about it. I do have space. I wanted to continue these windows, which these windows are really, really nice. I really do like it. And here I am placing some more picnic tables. I'm hoping that I didn't go overboard with the tables. I hope I didn't. I don't think I did. I think it's like a really good balance between, like, if there were guests in the park, like these would be pretty full. So I mean, it would make more sense. So with the terrain, I wanted it to kind of feel like not force perspective, but I wanted it to kind of be like, oh, this goes further back and it goes somewhere else, and kind of like an optical illusion, force perspective kind of thing. It works really well when you're looking at the park. When you're looking at it inside the game, you can really see it. I mean, you can see it when you're in free cam and when I show you the shots and stuff too. But like, I kind of wanted it to kind of like be like a wall, and the the river gets smaller as it gets further back, and I think that helped the force perspective, and I did that completely on accident. I didn't do that on purpose. So when you see it, whenever I build it, if I can stop like pausing every 2 seconds, because I did that just a few minutes earlier, and I literally feel like it actually helped a whole lot with the storyline too of the park. And what is the storyline of the park? I don't know. I could not tell you for the life of me. And I don't think there is a storyline of the park. I think it's just a really good fantasy park for you to be at. I really also think that a lot of people will take inspiration from this park again, because a lot of people saw, okay, I don't know if you saw the criticism and the whole drama from the first park. I mean, it was chaotic. I mean, I couldn't get a break. It was my first big park, and it was the first one I ever shown, one of my first parks that I ever shown on YouTube. And it was the first time I ever got showcases on it. And it faced so much criticism simply because I used that entrance style that was by Silverette. Now, my thing was, I never copied him. I took inspiration from it. And the thing about it was that even if I did do a recreation, people do recreations of other people's work all the time. And it's not like I never gave him credit. And in fact, I even asked Silverette, and he directly responded to me and said, yes, I can use the entrance. So it defeated everyone's purpose of me stealing it, or this claim that I was stealing the entrance. And even after all the things that I was submitting to people of my evidence that I didn't steal it and everything, like, I still got backlash and everything, and I still, like, there were some showcases that I was supposed to get that I never got because the YouTubers didn't want to be involved with that drama. But I don't think it was like worth it to like get rid of like showcases and stuff at the park simply because of false claims. And like, especially when people didn't know what they were talking about, like it was such a chaotic time. Like, you had to be there. It was so bad. I'm glad that it's over now, and I'm hoping with this park that, you know, that doesn't return. And in that time that happened, like, Theme Park Tycoon 2 was at its peak of toxicity. Like, I mean, everything was toxic. Nothing you did was without criticism and like a toxic background, or toxic people behind it, or toxic fans, or toxic people just wanting to make your day the worst. And like, it didn't take a toll on me, but like, it really put in perspective that I wanted to distance myself from the community. And so it took me a while to do that, because I created multiple groups and everything. And as you know, the Renaissance was a thing that some of you know about. That we released nothing. We had like two of the biggest projects ever. They were like insane. And mind you, oh sorry, hold up, fix something. Mind you, we still have those projects to today. So like, it's insane how those projects were canceled and stopped because of MB and other issues that were happening within the group. But I mean, all in all, we're all still friends and everything, and we do our own thing. So I guess it just didn't work out as a group. But the Renaissance was a passion of mine, so I brought the franchise to my actual channel. That's why things are more minimalistic. There's black and white things. The my logo is specifically Renaissance inspired. So the Renaissance is actually the franchise Renaissance is from Beyonce's Renaissance, her album, and that kind of theme of silver, white, and black, shiny stuff, crystallized things like stuff like that. So a little history lesson, I guess I could say. So here is me fixing the terrain of how I wanted it to be, like kind of like back in the distance illusion type thing. I think it worked. I'm pretty sure it worked, but then again, even if it didn't, it's still a very good scenic thing to look at in the distance while you're walking in the front of the park. And mind you, all this detail is insane for an entrance. Like we haven't even gotten to the actual park yet, so I'm really excited to see what everything's gonna look. I'm thinking of doing some interiors for the main street to kind of make it look a little bit more not like open, like more open, yeah. So there will be like open areas, the entrances will be open to some of the stores, stuff like that. So I'm really excited to see what we will bring, well, what I will bring to the actual main street aesthetic and look to it. And I'm pretty sure that there are like 3 shops in there. I did a kind of like Disney World thing with it. You'll see what I mean when we get to that episode. I think it's actually next episode, so I'll go into detail about that and everything that I did in the episode, next episode, when I upload it. This episode should be released on a Sunday, I think, or Monday. I think it's Monday. Monday and Thursdays, I think, are my upload times. I think. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure it's on Mondays and Thursdays. I think that's what's going to be my actual upload schedule, Mondays and Thursdays. That way I get the weekend to do what I want and get a video recorded for the next Monday, and probably get 2 videos recorded for that next week, so I can then jump in and start on the next week of episodes, stuff like that. So another thing I wanted to talk to y'all about was some other content that will be coming while this series is coming. So I was thinking of doing some like some roller coaster showcases, like some park showcases. I have a park showcase that I have from a friend that I want to do, and some roller coaster videos, like just plain simple roller coasters. I show it to you, and I upload it, stuff like that. I don't know how many I can upload, but depending on how good it does, I'll like make sure that I like do a dedicated, like I'll include the right ID, the right type and stuff like that too. So I'll see if I can get the roller coaster designs and stuff in to the developers of Theme Park Tycoon 2 Workshop. I know who they are personally, so I'm gonna see if I can talk to them and get a page started and stuff like that. So I mean, it should be really fun to do. I don't really do roller coasters independently, so this will be fun for me to actually deep dive into. I can see I'm doing some lighting behind the actual mountain, because when it's like really dark, and I actually changed the color again to like a more white, because the orange looked pure disgusting. There it is. You see me doing the white now. It looked really horrible, and the white gives it a more natural look of like mood lighting. And when I changed it to night, it makes it look even better. I know it looks kind of bright now, but it's not when you're actually there. Like, it's not when you're actually there. It looks really good. Well, it is bright. Well, maybe it's there on purpose. I don't know. I don't care. It looks good regardless. As you can see, I'm darkening up this area. I was saying to myself the whole entire time, like, I think this is too bright. I need to have a bit of matureness to it. So I darkened up a lot of all of those red bits in the center, and it helped out a whole lot. It gave it a more mature look that I think really helped out. So, as you can see, like, when I changed it to night and everything, it all blends in well. That's something that I was worried about. Was it not blending well at all? So I'm kind of glad that it did right and it did what it was supposed to do. As you can see, I don't know what I'm doing right now. I think I'm making a lamp for the buildings. Yes. Now I remember. I'm making like small lamps to put on the actual buildings themselves because they were like really dark, and I didn't want to put like big street lights on them, in front of them and stuff like that. So I decided to make these little wall lamps that you put on the actual wall, and I thought it looked really nice. I think it looks really nice. So that's what I put on the buildings, and I have them set to all the time, like on all the time, like just on. And I think it helps during the day too. It's not dark during the day, but it helps. So, I mean, we're getting everything like set up and ready to go. So, I'm really excited. It's like we're like, cause this is it. Like this is us completing the entire entrance. Like we are done after this, and then we start on the actual park, and that's gonna be an adventure itself. I'm really excited about it. I didn't want to go too overboard with the lights. I didn't want to like put lights everywhere, and then it like looks weird. So I think I put like mood lighting around some things too, and I think it works. See how I'm putting like lights inside of the bushes? I like that. I did that as well. I think it worked really nicely, and I think that it ended up helping the lighting situation more than I thought it would. So I'm really excited that um, I also used this light orb thing. It was kind of a cheat, so I could get some light in the middle, some more light in the middle. I was like, because the globe was like empty, and I was like, well, what if I put a light here? And it looked good, so I kept it. We are reaching the end of the episode, so I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I can't wait for the next episodes to come. Stay legendary and have a good day.